Russia's lifeline on rails has been shattered. Ukraine just obliterated a critical Russian military supply route, setting off a chain. For months, Russia has relied heavily on an extensive rail network to haul troops, tanks, artillery, and ammunition deep into the Ukrainian theater. The schedule-bound trains have been the arteries pumping life into frontline offensives, especially across contested eastern regions. Ukraine's intelligence pinpointed a major rail junction near Kupiansk, a critical hub funneling reinforcements and heavy weaponry from Russian heartlands deep into occupied territories. Disrupting this would strike at the heart of Moscow's ability to sustain its war effort. But hitting such a vital logistic node is no simple feat. Under cover of darkness, Ukrainian special forces launched an audacious sabotage operation, combined with precision deep-strike missile attacks. Using drone reconnaissance to map defenses in real time, they deployed HIMARS rocket salvos, each with a precision radius of less than 5 meters, to obliterate rail tracks, signal towers, and supply depots. Simultaneously, squads infiltrated to plant explosives on critical bridges and junction switches. The effect was catastrophic for the Russian logistical chain. Trains carrying armored vehicles and ammunition came to a grinding halt, stranded between shattered tracks and destroyed loading stations. As dawn broke, the Russian command scrambled to patch the damage. Emergency rail repair teams were dispatched, working feverishly with armored engineers, but each attempt was met with new Ukrainian artillery fire and drone strikes targeting the repair crews. The buildup of stalled armored convoys left massive, vulnerable targets sitting idle. Ukrainian long-range artillery, combined with drone attack sorties, ruthlessly picked off columns of vehicles waiting helplessly on disrupted railheads. Russia's inability to mobilize reserves rapidly forced frontline commanders to slow offensives, ceding the initiative to Ukrainian defense. Moscow ordered a swift tactical pivot, reallocating air assets to suppress Ukrainian artillery positions and drone launch sites. Su-35 fighter jets and K-52 attack helicopters launched sorties aimed at hunting the mobile HIMARS launchers and spotting on-demand drone operators. Simultaneously, Russian engineers developed mobile rail bridge kits to bypass destruction, trying to restore supply flow within 48 hours. However, this was a race against time. Ukrainian forces in the week following the strike, Ukrainian forces capitalized on the chaos. Counteroffensives launched near Izium and Severodonetsk exploited weakened Russian defenses created by halted reinforcements. This supply bottleneck forced Moscow to divert precious airlift resources, usually reserved for specialized troops, to move critical supplies by truck convoys, vulnerable to Ukrainian ambushes. Politically, Kremlin insiders acknowledged logistical failures leaked through intelligence channels, feeding dissent and war wariness among Russian commanders. The destruction of the rail route underscored Ukraine's growing mastery of hybrid warfare, combining special operations, precision strikes, and electronic warfare to cripple enemy lifelines. Western military analysts noted the implications. Russia's heavy reliance on rail logistics is a glaring vulnerability, exposed repeatedly by Ukrainian sabotage operations. Moscow's options to adapt are limited, given the vulnerability of road convoys and airlift capacity. NATO increased intelligence and logistics sharing support for Kyiv, accelerating delivery of the operation involved 3 critical components. Intelligence dominance. Real-time drone surveillance mapped Russian defenses, allowing pinpoint targeting and minimizing collateral damage. Precision strike coordination. HIMARS rockets and special forces struck simultaneously to maximize disruption and overwhelm repair efforts. Sustained pressure. Follow-up artillery raids and drone strikes targeted repair crews and supply concentrations, preventing recovery. This multi-domain approach exemplified modern warfare's evolving nature, where logistics interdiction can decide battles even without direct frontline engagement. Ukraine's successful sabotage of Russia's rail artery is more than a tactical victory. It shakes the very foundation of Moscow's operational capacity in Ukraine. Moscow's inability to quickly restore its supply lines extends battlefront advantages to Kyiv, enabling planned counteroffensives and putting pressure on stretched Russian formations. Can Russia overcome this crippling logistical blow, or will Ukraine's strategy of targeting supply chains reshape the conflict's outcome? What do you think happens next on this fractured battlefield? Share your insights in the comments below. The war in Ukraine is changing. Are we witnessing the rise of a new form of warfare?